Hi, I'm Chipfield Chesterson, and welcome to another episode of Unreal Encounters. My suit's at the cleaners. South Hadley High School. On the surface, your average school. Pens, pencils, teachers, students, tests, quizzes, quests, twizzes. But South Hadley High School has a secret. Its hallways are terrorized by a mysterious beast who many claim doesn't even exist. But we have evidence to show that they're wrong. Or do we? Tonight, we'll examine the myth, the mystery, the legend of the penguin of South Hadley High School.
I was in Mr. Pelzarski's English class. We went up to the bowl because it was such a nice day out. We were reading Lord of the Flies when all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there was a penguin walking around at the top of the bowl. That's crazy. My mind was just blown. I had to get a closer look. I went up to investigate and I found a giant penguin footprint. I mean, a footprint. What's more real than that? So, do I believe in penguins? There has to be one walking around South Hadley. How could I have gone through this and say that penguins don't exist in South Hadley?
Did Roback see a penguin in the woods? We don't know. We can't be sure. His drug habit calls his credibility into question. Next, a terrifying, unreal encounter in the library with the penguin of South Hadley High School.
Okay, so I was in my study and I went to the library to go read a book. I went over to the shelf, picked up the book, started reading a little bit. Then as I went to go put the book back, in between the shelf where the book was, I saw the penguin. I ran around the corner to go check if he was there, and he was not. So, I definitely believe in this penguin.
Did Jimmy really see the penguin of South Hadley High School? We don't know. He's claimed to have seen many things around the high school, including leprechauns, the Loch Ness Monster, even Shaquille O'Neal. Next, a skeptic who claims that the penguin is nothing but a myth on Unreal Encounters.
Do I believe in the penguin? No, I think that's obviously stupid. I mean, do we really think that there's a life-size penguin floating around South Hadley? I mean, what do they take us for? Morons? I mean, we might have some prankster dressed up in a suit as a penguin, but there's clearly no penguin floating around the town causing havoc and, you know, just being generally a nuisance. As for this footprint, I mean, sure, maybe some kid drew a giant footprint in the sand and then it just feeds into this myth of a giant penguin floating around. But clearly there's no giant penguin.
Does Ted's skepticism hold up? We don't know. He's kind of on his way out the door anyway. Next in Unreal Encounters, a student who encounters the penguin in his most vulnerable state.
So, it was an ordinary day. I had left class to walk to the bathroom, and I went into the bathroom getting ready to use the urinal, and I felt a presence in the bathroom with me. And as I was standing at the urinal, I looked over my left shoulder, and that's when I saw the penguin looking over this next stall at me. He scared me for a second, but I immediately came to my senses and ran over to the bathroom door and kicked it down to see if he was in there. And in that time, he disappeared. And I am a firm believer that the penguin is a real thing because I saw it with my own eyes.
Did Tommy really see the penguin, or did he just make it up? Like the time he said that Angelina Jolie was his uncle. Is the penguin of South Hadley High School real or just a myth? I don't know. No, really, I don't know. They pay me $100 to come in and say this stuff every week. Or do they? I'm Chipfield Chesterson. Good night.